Yeah, I think most of Japanese people, like, they don't like sour,
Yeah.
acidity.
Really?
Yeah.
Blown away by that.
That's why.
You're hanging out and we're talking. I'm talking to Meg.
Okay.
And Meg.
Two Meg.
And Meg, come
Yeah.
over this way so you get more of the frame. These are the two Megs.
Okay.
And Meg has a coffee shop, and Meg is a coffee lover. And she's telling me all about coffee, and they do it with such precision and detail here. They so much care for the coffee, right?
That's right.
But you don't drink really light. She doesn't drink. She's saying they don't really like light roast coffee, like I thought.
Yeah, not for me. I prefer dark roast. So.
Yeah, it totally surprised me. I mean, and you, Meg, do you like dark roast or medium roast?
Like medium.
Medium roast.
Yeah.
But so now Meg here has an Australian accent, if you might notice. It's perfect English in an Aussie accent, which is fascinating. I think it's great. And this is very good coffee. I love it. So in Japanese, they say "kanpai."
Yeah. We say
Kanpai.
Bye.
Kanpai. See? You see yourself on there? Starbucks? You like Starbucks? You drink coffee?
コーヒー飲みますか？
Coffee? You drink coffee?
だいたい4カップぐらい飲みますよ。4カップ。
4カップ
4 cups?
4杯。
いつも4杯。
ああ、4 cups of coffee in a day.
4 cups in a day?
Yes.
That's pretty good. I mean, that's definitely fist bump
Convenience
material.
coffee.
But I gotta let him drive. I'm not
Convenience
gonna. Oh, he goes to the convenience store. But you can get good coffee at the convenience store here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you
better
go to
than-
7-Eleven, there
So,
is
so.
a machine.
Yeah.
If you press the button, they grind the beans.
缶コーヒー買うで。
Oh, do they at 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
They grind the beans?
Yeah, and then automatically.
美味しいですもんね、あれ。
Only 100 yen.
売れてましたよ、あれ。何億円って売れてるんですね、あれ。
はい。
この間テレビで言ってましたけ
ね。
ど。で、利益も高いんでしょ、その方が。
でしょうね。
うん。
So we're in Osaka, and it's one of the larger cities in the world. There's 19 million people that call this place home, and the thing about Osaka is it's really eclectic. There's so much to look at. You could walk down the same alleyway 7 different times and have 7 completely different experiences. The canned coffee is literally in these vending machines on every street corner, even in back alleys. And there's this diverse selection. It's decent coffee, actually. My favorite way to eat was these ramen noodle houses. And you have these little, kind of quasi-vending style machines where you put your order in and then you submit it to the cook. So tell us how it works, what you're doing.
Okay, so you look at the menu here. You pick out your dish as a corresponding number. Put your yen inside. Put your yen in here. And then you look for the number. So my number is 20. 20 is right.
20.
20. Oh, there we are. And then hit it once.
We have this
Oh, sure. Sure.
And then you hand the ticket to them, right?
And then you give the ticket. I give you the ticket?
To the lady.
Oh, to the counter. Hi.
Ramen is kind of the Japanese version of fast food, but it's nothing like our fast food. It's really fresh, and it's just, these broths that have been sitting in, chicken for long periods of time, so it's just filled with seasoning, and the noodles are fantastic. Kyoto is just quiet and colorful, and probably the best use of the word sublime would be to describe this place. We hung out at a coffee shop called Percentage Arabica in Kyoto with one of the world champion baristas, a guy named Junichi. He's a real celebrity globally, actually. And this guy really knows how to make a drink. Now we're getting on the Nara line. It's really early in the morning. We just had some canned coffee from the vending machine. It's actually not too bad. And we're getting ready to head over to the tea farm to film some tea, which I'm really excited about that. And looks like it might rain, but I'm believing those clouds are going to part just right. We're going to get those nice golden rays popping through the clouds. What are you eating?
I'm eating a rice ball.
Oh, yeah, nice. Fran knows how to get his way around, like the 7-Elevens and stuff. Yeah. This is a canned coffee. Black. It's actually not bad. It's just like Brazil, cold. Not bad. Can't complain. The train stations were fascinating and also challenging because there was really nothing in English, very little in English. and it's all Japanese characters. So you've got to figure out, where you're going, and it's very easy to get lost and very confusing, but you do get into the rhythm of it after a while. And that is also, of course, after running around, going in the wrong place and turning the wrong direction multiple times. Hurry, and it's a little confusing, right?
A little bit
confusing.
A little bit. Kind of fun, too.
What happened in the cab?
We picked the one cab driver in all of Kyoto who does not take credit cards. And so we wasted 5 minutes scrounging for change, which thankfully we had.
And his last name was Cash.
Yes. And we had like down to 10 cents. I mean, we would have missed the train, which would have really sucked. We have this place filled, so it's a lot of coffee orders we have to fill, so I'm helping out a little bit. And I asked who wanted pie and cake, so we're making some cheesecake. Would you say this is about the right size, Maiko? About like this? Or how should I slice the size? I think she's a little skeptical about my skills.
Yeah, not American slice.
Okay, yeah, not American slice. Yeah, it's not like half the pie, right? Yeah, Japanese size, she mentions. Okay, that's a big plate. There's yours. You're gonna love it. I think I've never had it, but I know it's gonna be good because she's just first class.
All you need to do is find her a fork.
Everything she does. Oh yeah, fork.
Fork and napkins.
Fork and napkins.
Cover all the bases.
I don't know if that's appropriate or not. Now we've got the girls over here. Oh, sorry, bud. Okay, so I gotta make it look pretty sophisticated.
Oh, jeez.
That's not what you do. Remember, what they don't know doesn't hurt them.
You are fired.
Yeah, I know.
Fire before he even started.
I know.
He's not the one you want to hire to do that part of the operation.
I'm not the droid you're looking for. Okay. And I think is it okay that the plates are 2 different sizes?
It's a bit funny. It was just funny.
Should be smaller.
Yeah. It's alright, I don't want to make another mess. Alright, so here we go. Taking everyone some cake. Give them some. Here we go. What do you think? No, wait, you wanted which flavor? Is this the flavor you wanted? Yes. Okay. Now yours is coming up. So how's everything? Everyone's happy? Everyone's got their cake? Everyone's pretty happy?
Ask him, say chiawase.
Chiawase?
Shiawase.
Oh, yeah, chiawase. Woohoo! Alright, yay, I like that. So here we're at Mikafeto with a guy named Jose Kawashima's headquarters. And this is kind of the guy in coffee when it comes to Japan. The interesting thing I discovered was that he really focuses on balance-driven coffees. Okay. All right, so Jose is going to pop us a bottle of his finest Pacamara El Salvador in the champagne bottle. Beans are stored in the champagne bottle, holds the CO2 in. Waiting for that pop. Oh! Surprised me, man. I mean, if it was champagne, I would have been ready. But
Well done, Jose.
Oh, man. Yeah, totally. That's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, this is a gadget that everyone wants in their driveway, even if you don't need it. It would just be fun to play with this thing. How sweet is this? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm so glad my friend Yuri was willing to take on the train schedule vibe thing, because it's hardcore, as you'll see in a minute. Especially right here, these signs, you have to figure it out. Where's your train? Okay, here's the thing that really threw me off at first in Japan is that the train can come at 4:58, and you're thinking it's the 5 o'clock train. Well, no, it's the 4:58 train. And one time we got on that train and ended up missing our train because I just didn't comprehend the fact that two different trains could come within 3 minutes. Everything is on time in Japan. So normally you wouldn't associate it as being kind of fun to just sit on a train and space out, but everything's so different. And the thing is, everyone's so respectful in Japan that there's not that loud person on the train or the person that's got their music playing, and people are so respectful that you can actually take a nap on the train. Well, you can. This is just us walking around looking for the being lost. And we're finding what we looked for. And again, everyone's just so respectful and kind of quiet, and you just don't feel the stress. You don't feel like you're in this hectic crowd. And we just get lost a lot, but it kind of is like, who cares? It's kind of fun to get lost. It takes all the stress out of it. Great place for serendipity, for sure. We were looking around this morning for a breakfast place because they don't really do breakfast. Breakfast is not awesome here. It's okay, but it's just kind of disappointing. You're better off at lunch and dinner. And they also don't open the coffee shops until like 11, which is weird. It's not a coffee morning culture here. But we did find an American-style Japanese deli, and we're pretty happy about it. Pretty happy. And they're playing this kind of quasi-Japanese happy music, this sort of American. It's fun. It's exciting. And then we're going to the Shinto Temple after this. We caught a traditional wedding at the temple, which was pretty fascinating, especially the way they dress. The women with their kimonos, they wear kimonos like as a formal attire. So this was a fascinating way to sort of wrap up Japan, and I could say so many things about Japan, but the funny thing is, the takeaway I had in Japan was that they like balance-driven coffees. Go figure. It's a country about balance. That was the takeaway among so many other things.